Welcome to the We Legit podcast, where expression of true self is appreciated. And I'm your host, Marquis Carter. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of We Legit podcast. And I'm your host, Marquis Carter. And I'm sitting here with my first guest on the podcast. And his name is Kendall. And he has a clothing brand go by as a self-love awareness. And he's from Ohio.
Yeah, sure.
And introduce yourself to the people.
So, my name is Kendall, and I own a clothing brand called Self Love Awareness. I've been doing the clothing brand for 5 years, so yeah, I love what I do, man. So yeah, for sure.
That's a good thing.
Yeah,
Need
man.
need more of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's important for. I feel like it's important for Black men too. Like we should take care of ourselves because we wasn't taught to do self-care and all that stuff, like, so I think that's very important for men. So
Yeah, it is. Because your concept is about self-love.
Yeah.
People selfish by nature,
Yep.
but in negative fashion, but not so much as like self-love of care for
Yep.
themselves.
Yep. It's
So let's go
it's
ahead.
all about working out, exercising, all that stuff really matters. Because when you get older, it's not gonna look good for you. If you don't take care of yourself. We all getting older, so it's good to take care of yourself and watch what you eat.
That's a fact. That's a fact because it seems like the older you get, the more lazy you get.
Yeah, I do notice that. We gotta get out of that laziness and just work out. Even if you don't um work out in the gym, do some type of work, exercise, walking, all that stuff, yoga, something to get you energized. You feel me?
You know what? I used to be a real gym rat, and what I notice is when I be a gym rat for a cool little minute, then I stop.
Mm.
And what I noticed the problem is that a lot of people lack movement.
Mm.
They'll eat whatever they want, but they'll lack movement,
Wow,
if that makes sense.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
But that's a good concept of your company and
Yeah.
how you branding it and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
And most definitely it's different and it catches people's attention, like self love. Like, it's
Yeah.
interesting.
Self love. That's like I didn't think about that. Like, dang, that maybe that do matter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Self love, that matters. Love yourself.
Yeah.
Love yourself. Treat yourself.
Which a lot of people don't think about till it's a little too late.
Yeah. Pour into yourself.
Yes, most definitely needed. But we're gonna get into it. And one thing I would like to know is where are you from and where did you grow up at?
So I'm from Dayton, Ohio, and I grew up in Dayton. And then so my dad is not from here, so I will always go to the Virgin Islands every summer. Spend my whole summer there, so
So how'd your dad end up in Ohio?
my dad, so my aunt my aunt Donna came to Ohio, and then my dad came to Dayton. Then my dad came to Dayton, and then that's how my mom met my dad. So that's how everything played out for real.
So your dad's from the Virgin Islands?
Yep, the Virgin Islands.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
You got an
So
interesting
I'm
background.
half Caribbean, so
That explains a lot.
yep. The
So you,
Jamaica.
yeah, you're not the typical American black,
Yeah,
as some people would say.
yeah,
That explains the self love because Caribbean people is all about love, and yeah, that explains a lot now.
That explains the hustle, and, all
Mm-hmm.
that stuff. So that's the reason.
Yeah, it do. It explains a lot.
It runs in my blood.
Yeah, one of my good friends, he's Jamaican. He's like that too. And
Yeah,
I'd be
so
looking at him like, why did you like that? He said I
I'm,
wouldn't understand.
yeah, you feel me? You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, for sure.
Certain things is DNA written. And
Hmm.
it's like, okay, I understand now. So by you being from Dayton, Ohio, from your point of view, what's your likes and dislikes about Dayton, Ohio?
I would say the lack of support. People don't really want to. It's like I feel like it's like a. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like a dark cloud. Like people don't really want to really support you. You feel me? That's that's what I would say. The lack of dating, like they don't. It's not really supportive for real. Like I mean, it's some people that would support, but it's like I don't know. It's like a lot of hating in Dayton, Ohio.
Wow. So is it like it's a city, but
Yeah,
is it like a mid-sized city or really small city?
it's a small city.
Yeah, it's like that one from because when I
Yeah.
came south and I was looking at the size of these cities, I was like, this section seemed pretty big. And I Google it. I was like,
Hmm.
dang, this place is bigger than where I'm from. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
But I grew up around a lot of blacks,
Yeah.
but not a lot of black people. It was like so much of a mixture.
Mm.
But I kind of see what you're talking about with the hate thing because
Yeah.
it's that crab in the bucket mentality.
But I feel like that's anywhere though. Like it's always anywhere in your hometown. It's always some type of some type of hate and all that stuff. So I don't feel like it's just in Dayton, Ohio. I feel like it's just that's anywhere.
That's a
You know.
fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a fact. Whenever you try to do something, it's always somebody like, hey, man,
Yeah. I'm
can't
like
do this.
you can do like my thing is you don't have to hate. You can do the same thing I'm doing. You just have to apply yourself.
Yeah.
You know. You gotta apply yourself.
That calls it's called work.
Yeah, you gotta the work, you gotta have discipline, all that stuff. Or else you're gonna
Yeah.
be in the same spot. You know?
Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah.
change, you have to people wanna change, but you have to change for yourself. You can tell somebody this what you should do, but you have to change for yourself.
You know what? By you saying that, I was dating this girl at this time. I was like 19, 20, and I got arrested. And
Mm,
she was saying, "You over here trying to be tough and bad for these guys, and they don't really care for you, and blah blah blah." So I had got arrested for vehicle theft, GTA, and some other stuff. And when I tell you, when them detectives was talking to me, I ain't really had nothing to say or anything, but it's just like I'm really in here by myself.
mhm.
And then that self love is just like I got to do something because this ain't adding up. So yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. And
A lot of
I ain't
people.
gonna lie, I was experiencing that too. Like somebody could tell me something all day, but I'm like, I have to want to change. It starts with myself.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
happened when I was in that cell. I was like, man, I
Yeah.
can't. I don't even like this. I don't like how these people be talking to me and all this other stuff and blah blah blah. I was like, man, yeah.
Mhm.
So 2008 was like it was
Yeah.
a, it was learning. It was a learning experience. I tell you that. So, what's the best way to describe your upbringing in
My
Dayton, Ohio?
my upbringing was cool for real. Like my dad and my mom, they would always keep me in activities so I won't, get into stuff. Cause like my growing up, kids I grew up with, they're either dead or in jail, and they always kept me in activities, all that stuff. And I feel like having my father is very important. I feel like having my father is very important. So it's going to teach me what I need to do and further in life. Like,
That makes sense.
yeah,
That's like it's like that where I'm from too. I said in one of my episodes, a lot of people I know is in there for not necessarily bad decision making,
yeah,
but it's just like they didn't have their emotions in check.
mm,
They was just living in that moment and was just mad and wanted to go do whatever it is they did.
yeah,
And then they paid the penalty for it too.
yeah. Gotta control. You gotta control your emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely
And
gotta control.
it's
Think
not to
before you do
cut you.
something.
I'm listening.
Think before you do something. You know.
Oh yeah, but most people, depending on the age bracket, now everybody feel like they a celebrity due to social media. But
Yeah.
before social media, people just had a name, so some people had to live up to their name
Mm,
and whatever they was about.
that's,
Now it's like it's a little different.
yeah.
It's
It's a lot of it's a lot different how we grew up. Like growing up, we're no social media. You feel me?
mm-mm,
We didn't have all these cell phones and stuff. Like we was,
mm-mm.
you know, that, life was just so simple back then. You
Yeah.
don't have to. You want everybody. You want everybody wasn't in your business. All that stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
people be posting their business and stuff. So like, man, it's a lot. It's a lot different. It's very different, man. I'm
Yeah.
still trying to adjust to it, like a little bit. Like, yeah, I can't. I don't want to get sucked into this social media and stuff. Like, it's cool, but you feel me? You can't get sucked into that stuff.
Yeah, I see it affect people in all kind of different ways. I was like,
Yeah,
dang, this social media thing is tearing you up.
yeah. You. One thing I learned is you can't. Social media is cool, but don't let it use it. But don't let it use you. You know.
Yeah, because it's always somebody watching.
Yeah. It's always, so you gotta watch what you put. All that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm very I wouldn't say strategic, but it's just certain things I know what to talk about, what not to talk about.
Yeah. Yep. You feel me? All you need to know is I have a clothing brand. That's it. I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
post my private, what I'm doing on my regular life. You just need to know I got a. You just need to know I have a clothing brand. That's it. You feel me? I'm very private with my life. I don't like everybody in my business.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I feel like that's what some people lack: mixing their personal business and mixing their actual business. You gotta know how to separate that.
Yeah, because I'm really noticing, how like some people had a status or have a status and
Hmm.
they know how to maintain it, market it and da da da. But them people that never had a status or anything was never really paid attention to. As soon as they get a little glimpse of, oh, these people, okay, it's
Yeah,
just like the super big head.
yeah. You gotta know how to be. You gotta know how to be humble a little bit. You feel me? Because you could lose
Hmm.
it. You could be back to zero. You feel me? If you feel me, so
Yeah, I mean, if you don't know what you're doing, you're just
yeah,
doing stuff to impress people and not trying to look at longevity, then it can come and go.
yeah. I didn't
They,
seen it. I seen it. I didn't seen it.
yeah, we one of them guys I see growing up in front of the liquor store, having all these glory days stories, and at the end of the conversation, hey youngster, you
Yeah.
got like $1 too high, give me a
Man,
beer.
man, I ain't gonna lie.
Oh man.
I swear that that didn't happen to me for like, dang, I got $1 with like what?
Yeah, it's a trip.
Yeah, it's
It's a
crazy.
trip.
They do the same thing down here too.
Yeah, I imagine that's everywhere. But
Yeah,
what are the best things you learned from your upbringing, the good and the bad?
the good and the bad. What is the The what you say again?
What are the best things you learned from your upbringing, good or bad, or good and the
Um,
bad?
I would say the bad. I mean, I made a lot of mistakes, but I'm glad I went through those things. So I no longer want to. I no longer um what's the word? I no longer make those same mistakes I did back then. So I'm glad I went through that.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Had a little technical difficulties, but we back on track. So, Kendall,
So
learning from what you learn and your upbringing and learning your background and facing adversity in Dayton, Ohio, how do you feel it has shaped you as you grew older?
I feel like it. I feel like when I went through all those things, because I used to get in trouble here and there. I feel like it shaped me in a good way. As a good. You feel me? Now, um, what's the word? Now as an adult. You feel me? I'm glad I went through that. If that makes sense.
Now, I see you're not going to say too much. So I want to say, besides of the trouble, because what I notice is like in your 20s, it's like a lot of stuff is being thrown at you, like
Yeah,
relationship,
women.
friends. Yeah, that's what I mean, relationships.
Yep.
And when it's like you try to maintain a job, like maybe a kid probably could have came or didn't. You got nieces and
Mhm.
nephews and all this stuff is being thrown at you. So it's like, how was you able to navigate all that as you was growing older, if that makes sense? Or
How
was
was?
it different for you because you had a two-parent household?
No, there wasn't. My parents wasn't together.
Mm,
Yeah,
okay.
my parents was my parent. Yeah, my parents wasn't together. I mean, they got along, but you feel me? They wasn't together.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I went through a lot in my early 20s. Made a lot of I bumped my head a lot of times. Living on my own, making a lot of mistakes. But
That's normal though. It's part of
yeah,
life.
yep, it shaped me as a
So
man for real. It
I
taught
feel
me not to
like,
go. Yeah,
go
my
ahead.
bad. I
No, go
said
ahead.
it taught me not to do those same things, not to make those same mistakes. So I'm so glad I went through all that. I don't you feel me? I don't regret none of it. You feel me? You gotta bump your head when you're out here on your own. You feel me?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of yeah, it's a lot that a brother can go through in his 20s
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
yeah.
And it don't necessarily have to be physical, but it'd be like a lot of mental.
Mm,
Cause you got like a whole lot of stuff just coming at you. And then and these people expecting you to just like handle it. And when you can't handle it, you consider soft or there's all kind of
yeah,
stuff they just
all
come up
types of
with.
stuff.
So it's like when you handling it and nobody wants to be there with you. So I can see why a lot like I can see why the generation under me carry that attitude like, well shoot, ain't nobody around, so I'm gonna do it myself. I can see where they're coming from with that.
Yeah, I could see that. I could
Yeah,
definitely see that.
they, they call that generation. Well, I know they call it Gen
Gen-
Z, but the slang term is YNs.
All YNs, that's a new word.
Yeah, I understand them because it's like they're young. They
They not being taught. They might not have their
mm
father, they might not have their mother. They not taught to be, you feel me? They might
mm
not have an older person to guide them in the right direction. So you feel me? I don't want to say it, this. It's not their fault. It's just they upbringing. They wasn't taught. You feel me? The parents might have been young themselves. So you feel me? It's like I don't know.
Yeah, it's a generational curse.
Yeah, definitely, man. I wish we could just break that cycle. Like, man, we got it. It's got to be something that we can do, like to break that curse, cause it's crazy, crazy
Yeah,
out
it's,
here.
it's gonna take a lot of work.
Mm-hmm. Take a lot of work.
Yeah, because where I'm from, Tookie and Raymond had that they had their influence and it's still going strong. They might say it's watered down, but that culture and structure is still there.
Mm.
And he had that concept in 1969.
You
And we in
said Tookie
2000. Yeah.
Tookie
Yeah.
the guy that was in
Mhm.
prison.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, Tookie Williams, or that's his name.
Mhm.
Okay,
So
yeah.
him and Raymond, well, Raymond had the concept, but the what I was getting to is like where I'm from, that influence and structure is still there to this day.
Mm.
And that was in '69. So it's kind of deep and crazy.
Yeah.
So it's like it's something that is there. And then as I as I'm noticing with certain things, when you create something, it's always have a good foundation in the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
then it grows out of control. And it's hard to tame it.
Right.
So I think that's where we at, where it grew out of control. And now the outside people is looking at like this thing, it don't make any sense. But by it being around for so long,
Mm-hmm.
it's already a culture and it's just normal.
Right.
So I think a lot of people are seeing it, but they don't want to address the issue.
Right.
They kind of
Yeah.
making it seem like, well, I went through it, so you might as well go through it instead of try to correct it.
Now you have to correct it. You feel me?
Yeah.
To break that curse. You feel
Mm-hmm.
it
And yeah,
needs to be addressed.
yeah, and a lot of people to this day still don't know where they come from. All they know is mom, grandma. That's it. Probably great grandma,
That's
but
it.
nothing really past that. But so when you so how was your journey in the school system in Dayton, Ohio, leading up to graduation of high school?
Uh, my high school, my high school was good, man. Um, I mean, I had ups and downs in high school and stuff, but just trying to find myself and being a 18-year old, just trying to find my way. You feel me? But my high school was cool, man. I was always a hustler for real. I was an entrepreneur in high school. I was selling candy in high school. You feel me? So
Mm-hmm.
I was yeah, I would sell candy in high school. I would make some money too. Like, man, I was advertising my stuff too. Like, um, so all the high school kids that was my friends on Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
I would advertise the candy that I have, and then the next day they would buy the candy from me and all that stuff. So that was my first entrepreneur. Me being an entrepreneur, that was like my first not
That's what's
job,
up.
but like, yeah. So
That was your first business venture.
yeah, business, get myself out there.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I didn't want to beg my parents for no money. So I owe my own money. You feel me? I don't want to beg. I was at the age too, like, man, I get tired of begging my parents for money. I got to do something different. You feel me?
Which makes sense.
Yeah, it's like, but it's in my blood though. Like, it's
Yeah, yeah, because you're from the states, but your roots, it's like a mixture of both.
yeah, yeah, both sides. You
Mm-hmm.
can say that.
And I always say like you can function in the states, but your true blood is like you can do more than just function in
Hmm.
the states. And what I mean by states, I'm separating it from like US and VI, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, what's your journey from being born all the way up to adulthood? How did you transition into the business world?
How did I trans? Um, so
Like, did you have
growing up,
jobs?
yeah, I had a lot of jobs. I had a lot of cleaning jobs. I worked at I worked at the YMCA. I worked at an ice cream place. Uh, I did food prepping. I was a cook. I was a dishwasher. I had a lot of jobs, man. I had a lot of jobs. I worked at the Korean place. That's like a the Korean place is like a Japanese restaurant. Like I had a lot of jobs.
Nothing
I had a lot of jobs, man.
wrong with that. I had a lot of them too.
Yeah.
So, out of all those jobs, how was you able to start self love awareness?
Okay, so growing up, um, I knew I wanted the clothing. How old was I when I knew I wanted the clothing brand? So like 12, I knew I wanted the clothing brand, but at the time I didn't know what my purpose would be to have a clothing brand. So I was watching all the all the people back then had all the clothing brands. So you had like you have what's the guy that made food, but what's his name? He was on Shark Tank. What is his name?
I forgot his name. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
so
Fubu for us by us.
yeah, so you had Fubu, you had Sean John, you had
Rockaware, Fat Farm.
Pratt Farm, all that stuff, all that stuff. So I was like, if they can do it, then I can do the same thing they can do. And then growing up, I was very insecure about myself growing up, so I couldn't really look at myself in the mirror. I couldn't stand how I looked. You feel me? All that
Hmm.
stuff. So up to me making the clothing brand, that's what made me make the self love awareness clothing brand because I went through all this stuff. I figure if I make that, it might be the same. It might be the same person going through the same thing I went through growing up as a child, being insecure. So that's why I made the brand.
How old was you when you made the brand?
How old was I made when I made the brand? I might have been like 28, 29.
That's not bad.
Yeah, around that.
S-
Yep, around.
So, for the people that don't know how to start a business, what advice would you give them?
I would just say, cause I didn't know at the time either. So I would say, go on YouTube, do some research. You know, learn, study. You feel me? That's what I did. Learn, study. You feel me? Do your research. Ask questions. Don't be scared to ask questions. Cause I didn't know everything. You feel me? I had to ask questions. Like, how do you do this? How you do that? How do you do this? How do I trademark? How do I get the LLC? All that stuff. So I was just asking questions. You feel me? That's what I. That would be my advice. Ask questions. Study. If you really want to do it, you got to really do the work. You really got to study. If that's what you really want to do, don't just be out here playing games. If you really want a business, you have to study, learn, be up all night learning the stuff. Like you feel me? It's just more than just um having slapping the logo on a t-shirt. You feel me? Is more than just. You feel me? You have to learn something. You have to. You feel me? You get what I'm saying? You have to learn.
Hmm.
Just study.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a
It's a whole
lot of
lot of
work.
work. Yeah, a lot of people be asking me stuff. I was like, dude, it's a lot of work.
It is. Just
I just make it look easy.
yeah. Just go on YouTube. YouTube has everything you can learn on.
YouTube University.
Yeah.
So, when you started the business, how was your first 6 months?
How was my first 6 months? Um, it didn't go that well. I mean, when I first started, it didn't really. I made a couple sales, but it didn't blow. It didn't blow like you feel me. Like how it's now, everything is just you feel me. But it didn't really do. It didn't you feel me? Because I didn't really wasn't really into it for real. Like I don't know. Like wasn't really putting in the work that I'm doing now. Like being really, really, really serious. Like you feel me?
And it's funny you say that because I went through something similar too. So yeah, I hear a lot of people that start a business. They always say the first 6 months is the hardest.
It is, man. You be discouraged, like, dang, I don't think I'm for this.
Mm-hmm.
People not really supporting me, like, dang, like, what am I like in your head? You're like, what am I doing wrong? What is
Mm-hmm.
it that I'm doing wrong? You feel me? What is it? Like, how can I make this take off? How can I make this business take off? Like, I have to do something. You feel me? More than just posting a mock up on because that's what I was doing, posting a mock up on social media. That's all I was doing for real.
Yeah, I started off that way too.
Yeah,
And then because my first 6 months, I don't think I know a lot of people. So I'm thinking like, yeah, okay, okay.
yeah,
So I was showing people stuff. They was like, okay, it's cool. I was like, damn, okay,
yeah,
like nothing. But they was watching though. They was watching. I was like,
yeah,
damn. I was showing a couple people stuff. Oh yeah, yeah, that's
yeah.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
They was just watching.
Yeah,
And this dude I went to school with, he he's like, hey man, I want to purchase some of your stuff. I was like, huh? He told me what he wanted. I had it. When I mail stuff out, it's always free shipping. And I sent it to him. I ain't looked back since.
yes.
Once I got that first sale, I was like, oh man,
Yeah, I can do
this
this. I
what's
can
up.
really. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is something I can see myself doing for the next 20,
Mm-hmm.
30 years, 50 years. You feel me? You feel me? I can definitely. if I'm going to really, if I'm really gonna do this, I'm really gonna put my all in it to it. Like I'm gonna really do it.
So from the first 6 months, how was it after the first 6 months leading to your year?
It went. I would say it was going good because I was really taking my craft serious. I would always post my. I would always share my testimony. So that's what made the brand blow up because people need to know my story. Like, what's the reason why you made this brand? Like, what made you just say? What made you want to make a self love awareness clothing brand? I had to share my testimony, and that's what blew it up. And I was like I said, I was putting my all into it. The billboards, passing out flyers, putting stickers on poles, gas stations, all that stuff. That's what made it blow up. Like I was really, sheesh. I'm glad I keep them documents because this. And I still didn't have no money at the time, so what I would do, I would go to the library, and I would print out my flyers out. I would print my flyers out the printer, and then I would go to like a CBS, get some tape, get some scissors, and put tape on the poles. That's that's what made it the blow up to it. Like I was really nonstop. Like
You know what I did?
what you do?
I got my business card and some tacks, and I went to every laundromat in Dallas.
Wow,
Dallas and Fort Worth. That's what I did.
wow, that's simple. So
Mm-hmm.
we on the same thing then. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, yeah. I
Yeah.
don't care what nobody thinks. Like, oh, dang, why is he doing this? I don't care what nobody thought. Like, I'm gonna do what I'm. I know what I'm gonna do. I know how I'm gonna. I already know. I don't care what people think. This is my brand. I'm gonna post. I'm gonna post all the flyers at every gas station.
So you pretty much answered the transitioning into the fields.
Yeah,
Having current jobs into the fields. You
yeah,
mentioned the ups and the downs
yeah.
and all that. So how has it progressed leading up to now from when you first started all the way to now?
How has it progressed? I feel like it's taking off. I feel like it's still taking off slowly. I'm not rushing into things. You feel me? It's gonna, stuff just takes time. So it's progressing slowly, and I can see it blowing up. I can just see it. Like, you feel me? I can see myself just doing this. Like, this is my life. Just if that answers your question.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So
it's the same with me. I had transitioned because I was working a job and I only had 2 days of work on it. I'm like, man, working's cool, but I really want to do this.
yeah.
So my auntie was like, you should come back to Tennessee. I was like, okay. I did all the factoring, how much cost, da da da. I was like, okay. But I had more time to work on the craft. And I
Hmm.
knew that if I worked on it, because I did graphic design in high school, and I know how to market because I know how to talk.
Yeah.
I could talk and romance to females, and I know how to talk. So I put all that together, and I came to Nashville, and a couple of people do the same thing, but it ain't like how I do it. Like when I
Mm.
like somebody tell me something they want, all right, I'm put a little spin to it. Now I ask them like, well, where are you from? Oh, well, I'm from blah blah blah. I was like, okay. I had a little twist to it, put where they from on there. It's like, oh my god, yeah, yeah. It'd be like it's like an original one of a kind thing to them.
Right.
And then how I came up with my name is that, like I told you, when I got in trouble the last time, and that's how I'm going straight. So that's how I came up with the name We Legit because everything I do is legit. And this girl I dated at the time, she said that you should come up with a slogan. So she said it's not just a brand, it's a lifestyle. I was like,
Mm.
okay. She came up with that. I
Right.
was like, okay, I can rock with this. And then I had the name, and my thing was I wanted to have like an animal, but I wanted like a coyote though or something like that.
Mm.
And then she was like, you should do a ram because you're an Aries. I was like, yeah. I was like, I didn't think of that. So I
Mm.
had somebody do the design, and it just blew. And a lot of people like it. That's why I wear the sunglasses so much.
Wow.
it's the look.
Yeah. It's the you feel me? It's the lifestyle. Like you said, it's
Hmm.
the lifestyle. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, man. I I love it because it's like where I'm from. Everybody got it's just a unspoken understanding of you on what you on, I'm on what I'm on,
Hmm.
but we ain't got to go into it like that because it ain't that deep.
Right.
Depending on what the circumstances is, but some people be feeling it one of them days and they just want to let loose.
Yeah.
But this has been cool
Yeah.
talking to you
Yeah.
because
For
my
sure.
whole thing is I'm not to cut you, but I wanna because I'm starting to see some with the younger people like they don't really see a lot of brothers talking,
Hmm.
and when they do hear brothers talking, like what I've been hearing for years, they be talking about them correctional facilities in and out these spots like they going to college or
Mm.
doing all this dirt. You know what I'm saying?
That's not.
And you know what I'm saying? And then it's a trip to see somebody that you seen growing up
Hmm.
had all this stuff going on and fame. And then when you get of age, like an adult, and that same person you looked up to asks you for $5 to get a beer, it's like,
How that makes
nah,
sense?
man. You know what I'm
That
saying? That's
makes
just,
no sense at all. Like you just
hmm,
doing stuff backwards.
yeah. So this what me and you was doing is cool because now the rappers used to talk about the struggle.
Hmm.
I listen to everybody's music. When I be on my TikTok live, I listen to anybody's music on there. And if I can hear the name of it, I was like, it sounds trash. But what I'm noticing with the rap music now, that everybody claimed that never had a small little struggle, that everybody seemed to be rich.
Everything seems to be what's the word? Everything seemed to be perfect on social media.
Yeah.
Everybody's rich. Everybody's never had a struggle.
Mm-hmm. So this right here will get people to look and be like, well, he didn't go through the same exact thing that I went through, but it's similarities though.
Mm-hmm.
And he ended up being successful and started a business, and he still works. So there's nothing wrong with working and starting a
Right.
business because you got to spend money
Yeah.
to make money.
You have to. It's not people. What the thing is, people think it's wrong to work a 9 to 5. It's not wrong with working a 9 to 5. You can work that 9 to 5 and put that money into your business.
Yeah.
You feel me? How you gonna put money in your business? You gotta have some money. You gotta have some type of money coming somewhere. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with working a job, man.
No.
Shoot.
And then by you doing that, you still got security
Mm-hmm. You
all the
feel
way
me?
around.
Yep.
So say you might make a certain amount yearly on your job,
Right.
but your business income is up and down. It can be all the
Yeah.
way up, it can be all the way down.
Yep.
So if a person on a job, say hypothetically they made 40,000, but their company made 200,000. So a whole year you just made 240,000. If you really look at it, like
Mm,
that's how I be looking at stuff. So it's just cool to for people and the youth to hear something like that
right.
instead of just work, 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 work.
Right.
And then it goes back to the name of your company,
Mm-hmm.
self love,
Yep. Sure.
self love. So where could the people find you at and get in
Um.
touch with you?
So you can follow me on Instagram, self love awareness underscore LLC. My website, if you want to go shop with me, my website is self love awareness LLC at dot shop. That's where you can go shop at my website. I always tell people you can get every time you go to my website, you can get 20% off. So yeah, you can. That's where you can find me on my website, and you can also follow me on Instagram
Okay.
and
I'll be sure to
TikTok.
put them links in
Yeah,
the
TikTok too.
same name.
TikTok, yeah, same name. You can search my name up and it pop up. The name won't pop up.
No problem. I'll put all them links in the contact information in this episode. But I got one question for you.
What's
What
that?
made you want to follow me after me popping up on your lives? That's what I'm assuming how this came about.
I don't know. It's just some was. It was the sunglasses. It was the hat. It was the music. It just I don't know. It caught my attention. I'm like something about this brother, man. Something you feel me? That's why I don't. That's why I wanted to support you. Like it was some. I was like something about him, but I can't put my finger on it. Like man, that's
Mm-hmm.
and then that's how I gravitated to your live. And then I just started. Then I went on your website too. I was looking on your website. You had the music on your website. I was like, oh, this is nice. The bucket hats, the jersey. I was like, that's what made me gravitate. So that's what made me want to, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Link up with you. You feel me? And support you.
Same way. I was okay. I had it was just random. I get it all the time though, but it'd be from foreigners though.
Mm,
So you like the first American
that's
that was
crazy
like that. But yeah. But we're gonna conclude this episode. I most definitely want to bring you back again.
for sure, man.
But do you have any last words for the youth or the people where you from or whatever you
Message
feel
to
like?
message to the youth. I would say message to the youth. If there's something that you want to do, take advantage of now because you can't. You feel me? Take advantage of while you're young. You feel me? Don't wait until you like 30. You feel me? Learn from my experience. Like take advantage. Take advantage. It's something you want to do. Take advantage of now. Like you feel me? Not gonna stay young forever. So take advantage. Take full advantage. Cause time. They always say time is valuable. So you feel me? That's something I learned too. Like growing up So yeah, that's what I would say to the youth.
We're gonna end it right there. Mr. Kendall, it's a great pleasure interviewing you and having you on the podcast. Nice message for the youth. And we gonna do this again.
Yeah, for
All
sure,
right,
man. I
man.
appreciate you, man. We're gonna have to do this definitely again.
Yeah, no problem. All right, late.
All right, man.
We hope you found this episode helpful. We love to hear your thoughts. Share your favorite takeaways on social media using hashtag WeLegitClothing. Subscribe, rate, and review the podcast to help others discover us. Until next time.